is going to come from Greg Allman.
Hey, OJ, you guys did so well to march down the field and get a touchdown on that opening drive. What happened, do you think, that let things slip away, where all of a sudden it's 17-7 from there?
I think we just we got to do a better job executing. Penalties hurt us a little bit. Just sticking with our assignments, executing better. I think those little things kind of got us out of a groove. That first drive, we did everything well. We hit big plays. We were on the same page with blocking assignments, and I think we kind of just got away from that. And then once we tried to pick it back up, it was kind of a little too late.
You guys had the ball there down a touchdown in the fourth quarter, kind of had a chance to get right back in it, and it was kind of 3 and out, and things slipped away from there. When you look at the sloppiness of this game, how much of that do you think is not having a preseason, not having a regular offseason, or is it more disappointing than that?
It's way more disappointing than that, because we almost, we did so much reps, so much repetition. We did scrimmages that were live. We had live periods in practice. So we had the ideal looks. It just wasn't against our opponents, but, we got to be better. We shocked ourselves, and that's good for us. We know what we have to fix and what we have to work on now.
Thanks, OJ.
Okay, next is going to be Rick Stroud.
OJ, there's still things to work on, from being in sync with Tom. I mean, I know you guys haven't been together that long, but there were some routes that might have been cut off, and you guys weren't always on the same page.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, absolutely. I mean, that's how it's going to be. Sometimes when you finally go live against opponents, they give you different looks that maybe you weren't expecting. You're going to have some missed time throws, but it comes with repetition. I think as the season go on, and even next week, you're going to see us improve in those areas, because now we got some live looks on film to really see how it's going to be in the game. But, yeah, we get that cleaned up. We'll be making things happen.
There were so much expectations, right, and there still are for this season. But with Tom here, granted you didn't have a preseason. The Saints have won this division 3 years in a row. How disappointing is it overall, though, to kind of have this sort of performance on a day when there was so much focus on Tom's debut?
Yeah. It's very disappointing, because, we felt like we were really prepared coming into the game. We thought we were going to be hitting on all cylinders in certain areas that we didn't do well, as far as like blocking assignments. We didn't expect to come out here and blow these guys out. They're a good team, a great team, so we didn't expect that. We knew it was going to be some plays we had to overcome, but we really beat ourselves when we look at this film. That was a disappointing part, but like I said, it's good that this happened early. We get to eat a piece of humble pie and get back at it next week, and that's the good thing about football.
Thanks.
All right, next is going to be Jenna Lane.
Hey, OJ, what types of things were the Saints doing defensively that gave you guys challenges after you guys scored that first touchdown? Was there anything that jumped out to you? I know that they can be very, very multiple in the way they mix things up in terms of coverages and things like that.
Yeah. To be honest, it really wasn't anything that was tricky. They were who they were on paper, for so many years in last season. We wasn't executing the right way. We wasn't like staying on our blocks in the run game. Like I said earlier, just mistiming on routes and in sync with the quarterback. A lot of that had to do with it. Take nothing away from those guys. They played a good game, but a lot of things that we just didn't make the plays when we had the opportunity, whether it was blocking assignments, mistiming on routes, or whatever it could have been. But a lot of that had to do with us.
Did you feel more jitters, like from yourself and from teammates, because of the fact that you're taking the field with Tom Brady? I know that you guys have such a high level of respect for him, and you want to do right by him. You want to make him look good out there. I mean, did you feel maybe higher expectations or more jitters going out there today than in previous outings?
No, there wasn't any jitters. We came out rolling. We went down the field and scored our first drive. I mean, I think when you can always score your first drive in a game, I think it gets you settled in really well. And I hope that wasn't a thing that got us too relaxed, So we'll have to go back and look at the film. But, I don't think there were any jitters from a lot of guys. I know personally for me, I was prepared. We didn't do anything special. We ran plays that we've been running for the whole training camp. So there shouldn't have been any jitters, So I think we were fine.
Thank you.
Okay, next is going to be Scott Reynolds.
Hey, OJ, I know there's not much love lost between you and the Saints as division rivals. There was, some chippiness out there, Marshawn Lynch, Cameron Jordan, and all of that. But at the end of the game, with the Saints doing the double pass down the field and then trying to score the touchdown on fourth and goal when they could have taken a knee or kicked a field goal, whatever. How did that sit well with you at the end of the game? Is that okay, or is that something that got you guys a little upset?
No, it's analytics. It's the right play to do. You make the team go 99 yards. You got to go for it on 4th and 2. Why kick the field goal and go back out and do a kickoff? It was analytics on the play they ran to the pass to Alvin Kamara. The same thing. The whole stadium. Us in there thought they were going to run the ball. It's a great call. You know what I mean? It's part of football. We don't worry about those type of things. They call what they call. We call what we call.
Thanks, OJ.
Yep.
Okay. Next up is going to be Scott Smith.
Hey, OJ. So much has been made over Tom's career of just being a fiery competitor and how it kind of comes out in the heat of battle. This is kind of your first opportunity to see this as the real bullets are flying. What do you make of Tom and that fieriness that everybody talks about?
It's very intense on game day. He does it in practice. He coaches us up well, help us out in practice. When game day come around, he's pretty fiery, and that's what I like to see out of a quarterback and any teammates. He's an ultimate competitor. It's really good to see, but when game day comes, you finally get to see that next level of competitiveness out of Tom.
All right, we have time for 2 more. We're going to go with one from John Romano and one from Rick Stroud.
Hey, OJ, along those lines, was Tom getting in people's faces, or how did you see that fiery nature come out?
It wasn't more of that. It's more, just giving us a, hey, let's go, guys. We still in it, man. We got to go down and score fast. Those type of talks. We're going to score fast. Keep your heads up. Let's go. Those are the type of things, that he does. And, when he speaks loud and he speaks volume. So everyone pays attention. The whole time, he never lost faith in us coming back in this game. We were on top of it, but it just, we ran out of time. But if we would have, we still were going to compete the whole 30 minutes of the second half.
All right, we're going to close out with one from Rick Stroud.
OJ, the environment should have benefited you, right? There was no noise, and what noise there wasn't very loud. But instead, are you guys going to have to find ways to generate your own energy in terms of the sideline and things like that? I don't know if you felt any different, or how did it feel, with this empty arena?
Absolutely. BYOJ, man, bring your own juice. We got to find a way to bring our own juice. It's hard. It's hard. It wasn't even as loud as practice. Our little things we do at practice was way louder than it was in the stadium. So that was different. We're going to have to find a way to get this thing going. It was first week, but now we know what to expect out of all these games on the road and at home, obviously. And I think we'll get this thing turned around.
Thanks.
Yep.
All right, that's all for today. Thanks, OJ.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's